Coach Andy, welcome to my live broadcast. If today happens to be your first time or visiting my channel, I want to specifically welcome you or seen any of my video. Thank you very much. Today, I'll be responding to a previous video I did that was titled How to Win the Man of Your Dream. Now, I want to say congratulations for you winning the man. But since there's still a little bit of work to be done, and that work entails a little effort, and that effort will end up paying, and that will show that you can keep a man. And that's the reason why I titled today's video on how to keep your man. All right, I'm going to share with you 7 tips of how to keep your man. The first tip is don't disrespect your man. You don't have to disregard your man. You don't have to show him less respect or no respect. You need to maintain the respect that you have for him, even from the first day that you met him. You don't have to insult him, even though he did something wrong in the midst of his friend. Even though you have to call him out for doing something bad or something wrong, you don't want to display emotions that could make you react in a negative way. Once you send a signal to your man that you are in control of your emotions, that you respect him by placing him on a high esteem, by showing regards and also admire all he does for you, in turn, he will end up loving you and he will end up reciprocating. And that's a good sign that you will keep the man. All right, let me share with you the second tips of keeping your man. The second tip is appreciate his love for you. Always recognize anytime he does something for you. Always try to acknowledge whether he does something or he doesn't do anything to your conversation. For example, if he's texting him, you could simply say, "I love you, honey. You mean the world to me. Thank you for being in my life." All these little words, sentences, phrases that you use is sending a good signal to him, and it makes him feel good about himself. And once a man feels good about himself, the man will definitely reciprocate. And each time you reciprocate and show you love, either by buying a gift and saying it back to you, that means you are winning his heart and you end up keeping your man. Now let me talk about the third thing of how you can keep your man. If you want to keep your man, you need to cook for him. You need to be able to prepare his favorite food. You need to be able to learn how to cook. Prepare dishes, meals that he like. For example, if your man loves rice, most especially African men, and he loves a specific way of the rice, say he loves jollof rice, occasionally you can cook him jollof rice. Please do not cook a white rice and a red sauce for him, except he asks you to do that. Make sure, if you have the time and if the occasion warrants it, even though sometimes the occasion doesn't warrant it, you want to win the heart of a man, you cook for him. Little wonder the African proverb says, "A way to a man's heart is through its stomach." So learn how to hook him up with his favorite dish. If you do this, you are sending a signal to the man that you really, really appreciate him, you really, really respect him, and now you are showing that you care about him. And when you do this, you're making the man to stay, and that's a sign that you are actually keeping the man. The fourth tip is simple: to connect to his friends or to his family members. When you're in a relationship with a man, one of the most important things that you need to do in order to keep him is to connect to his friends. Try to establish a good rapport, a link to either its friends or family. How do you do this? If you are in the same social media, try to get to know his friends. Once you get to know them, try to meet them. When you meet them, if it's his siblings, try to have a good relationship with them. I know sometimes it's difficult. I know sometimes it's not that easy, like I'm saying. But the moment you put little effort gradually by saying hello, calling them, texting them constantly, there's every tendency that they're gonna reciprocate. And if you develop this, it's gonna serve you at the end of the day. What do I mean? It's gonna serve you at the end of the day. This is an added advantage for two reasons. The first one is that if you develop this rapport or a good relationship with its family, you will get to find out one or two things about him. Like, you're going to find out, for example, the dislike and dislike, such as the food. So, and also you can learn how to cook the food, mainly from his mom or his siblings, the female siblings. And this is an added advantage. And secondly, it's an advantage for you to get to know his people. Because, God forbid, if there's a fallout or there's an issue with the relationship, you can use this link as a lifeline to get to him. Let me add another bonus. Once you're able to establish a good rapport between you and his friends or his family, they're always going to talk good about you. And each time they talk about you in a good way, it puts you at an advantage in his life. And to a man, you're sending a good signal. And once the man picks the signals and get comfortable with it, the man will want to be with you and becomes a keeper. Now, let me share with you the other point that is very important, which is the fifth point. Let the man experience his own moment. Yes, there are some times the man may come home, he's not in the right mood, probably he's having a situation in his office, or it's not just feeling that day. I understand. You want to find out from him how his day went, why he's in that mood. You try to help him, or he's grumpy. I would suggest just give him a break. Because when the man says it's okay, it actually means it's okay. That means he needs time for him to think and reason about. Even though I know you're concerned, just give him that moment. Give him a couple of hours and wait for him to come to you. If he doesn't come to you throughout the day, give him the next day. In the morning, by that time, I believe that his mind could have calmed down, whatever is bothering him could have at least subsided. Then you can safely approach him with the right words. If you do this, you are sending a signal to the man that you actually do care and you appreciate and understand his feeling. And if a man feels this way, he wants to be with you. And once he's staying by you, you will keep him. All right, let me share another point that is very, very important for you to know and to show that you keep a man. Don't cheat on him. And don't cheat a man. The reason why I said don't try to cheat on him is because cheating means a lot of things to a lot of people. Okay? But for this video, I want to say cheating is any sensitive information that you cannot share with your partner, or any sensitive information that you know that your partner will be upset if he or she finds out. So once you're dealing with a man, please don't be texting on a man. Most especially the African man. It strikes like a jealousy. And if you strike a jealousy, you are sending a wrong signal to your man. If you can avoid it, please avoid it. So from you not sending or receiving or creating a room for another man to creating a room for another man, which in terms could be cheating, end up sleeping with another man. If you don't do any of this, you end up keeping him. I understand sometimes there could be fallout, there's a problem with the relationship. I suggest as a relationship coach, until he said it's over and it's after 6 months, should start thinking of you want to go into any relationship. If you can maintain this, he will be with you and you will be able to keep in a man. Now, let me share the last one. The last one is the most juicy one. The last one is give him a good sex. Want to initiate the sex. First, right? Sex texting him, texting him, acting naughty, sending some emojis, like you building the momentum. When you do that, the second thing that when he comes home, cook his food. It's one of his favorite food. The guy will like, what's going on? What's the occasion? And the third one, you have to dress sexy. Once you dress sexy, to a man, doing all these 3 steps, you're already sending a signal for him. And to buttress everything is just give it to him the way he wants it. Okay? All right? If you don't know, try to ask him. It's as simple. How do you want it? Okay? When you find out this information and you follow these steps constantly and consistently, you are sending a signal to the man that you understand him. And once a man gets this, he always wants to be with you. And once a man asks him for more, he's a keeper. Okay? All right, I know you enjoyed this video. And if you do, I want you to like. I want you to share to your friends and family or gain from the video. Oh, if you have not subscribed, please, this is the right time for you to subscribe. Click on the subscription button and also the notification bell below. You will be one of the first set of people that receive notification each time I upload a new video. All right. Also, you can just drop your comment or remarks. Is there anything that I missed, or is there anything you feel we need to have? Let's start a discussion on how can you keep a man, most especially some African men. Okay. All right. On that note, I want to say thank you and see you in my next video. Bye for now.